welcome to the stream. So I've definitely played this person's music on my stream before. To start, this is Q They did a remix of Super Mario Galaxy Boy Bass. So it's really cool. I think I played like the hello. I think I played the Coconut Mall one before, from like Mario Kart, and then they had one for KK Bubblegum, which that one's super cute as well. So if you like those kind of remixes that kind of like, you know, neat electronic riffs on it, if you like video game music, you probably will like the remixes this person does too. So I like it a lot. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Art. Welcome to Art. Not quite yet. I gotta move the thing over. It's weird. I don't have as much like media news today, but like I do have some a little bit of art business news. So let me turn the music on. I have a playlist that is called let me read the whole thing. Because I'm now getting accustomed to this having like a name, and I'm like, this is just what I grew up with. But it's called Hello Future GameCube and Wii era Fruitager era Y2K mix. Is that what they were calling it? I just always think of this era as like, for some reason, all the UIs are like white, and they have like the sleek look to it, and gosh, it's so easy to scuff those darn game systems kind of era. But yeah. Yeah, well, let's get over to the artwork. Wes, what are you doing? Sorry, I was testing him out. I wanted to see if I could use him later. Get out of here, Wes. I also added a couple new, where is it? I have him. I have a couple new, like, emotes. Of course I have my water for when I drink water. I don't really know how to add animations to myself yet. I think I would have to just get a whole nother program, which I'm not quite ready for yet. But also I have rain for sadness, and glitter if I'm super jazzed about something. So, yeah. Thank you, Moving Too Fast. Thanks for joining today. Is the playlist good? Are we a good mix of balancing? I last time I played, last stream, if you weren't here, I was playing Animal Crossing on Friday, and so I'm making Fridays a normal thing. I'm actually like really close to being able to apply for affiliate. I just have to stream more, forehead. I just have to stream more, which I'm trying. We'll see how well that goes. But anyway, this is my page for today. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 panels. So we should probably just get this done within the stream time. I think that'll be fine. Sounds good to me. More streams, yes. Well, like I said, when I did the Animal Crossing stream, I was really surprised by how much I was enjoying it. I thought I'd kind of like, I don't know, I thought I had over-exhausted playing Animal Crossing, to where like when I played, because there was a point where when I would play, kind of felt like a chore. And I think it's because I was just so focused on cleaning out just the gross amount of flowers that I had in town, and like I wouldn't get to do anything else. Which I was starting to brainstorm. I haven't played it in a couple days, and I definitely haven't played Super Mario RPG, unfortunately, recently. But I've been thinking about it. I'm like, oh, I actually do want to play Mario RPG, but I've just been tired. I go to bed and I just fall asleep. But yeah, I went and tried to, like, you know, actually play my town, and then I started having ideas to kind of, like, curb the flower growth. So, like, just downloading more paths from other people and kind of just using, like, path decorations to kind of curb the flowers in. Because at first I was like, well, maybe I could just use fences, but I remembered, like, when my cousin does play it, she was telling me the fences kind of just get in the way of her, like, actually being able to do things. So I remembered why I didn't use as many fences as maybe, like, I originally wanted to. But, like, the better idea is to use the patterns, I think. So I'm gonna see if I can do a mixture of that. Like I said, or just, you know, maybe just get rid of the flowers in general, or, like, you know, if I do grow flowers, make sure they're all, like, sectioned off. But I know for a while I was trying to get, like, certain color flowers, but now I'm like, I just want to, like, come back and visit my town, and there not to be a flower infestation. And so, yeah. But, like I said, when I played, last Friday, I was just having so much fun despite the flowers. And I think it's because I was visiting other people's towns. I didn't really have to worry about mine. That I was like, you know what? I kind of want to play again, and, you know, see if I can, like, get the star stuff after all. So yeah. One day though, I was, like, playing a little. I thought it was, like, a little bit, and then it ended up being, like, 3 hours later. And my dog was barking at me like, what are you doing? It's time for me to eat and go outside, and you've been neglecting me. It's like, oh geez, I've actually been playing that long. So, you know, maybe, like, set a timer for myself. Can I make my own star pattern? Well, actually, I do have my own star pattern, in the game. I just think the other one is cooler. Because that's what I used to do in the past. I just used my own star pattern, and the effect was really convincing back then, but I guess it's because it was on, like, a smaller screen or a CRT screen. Hey, Saren, welcome! But I think it was because, you know, it was on those smaller screens, it was more convincing, but with the Switch one, I don't know, the Parallax one just looks better. And I really want the one with the parallax on it, and it just looks cool. I want the cool stars. We're talking about Animal Crossing. I played Animal Crossing on Friday, as you know. And how, unlike the other times where I was, like, kind of felt like when I was playing on my own, it kind of felt like a chore to play, but, like, I guess since I was visiting other people's towns, it was actually really fun to play. And so I actually started trying to clean up my town again to where it's not infested with flowers, and adding some new bits to it. But then I ended up spending, like, 3 hours on it, not meaning to. And so yeah. But like, I just really want those, like, the celestial items so I can have that cool, like, star parallax and stuff. And I happened to go in on a day where the wishing stars were doing their thing, so I was like, okay, maybe. Yeah, it was fun. I kind of want to play again, but then I feel bad once again for leaving Mario RPG, because that's what I'd been playing. And that's what tends to happen when, like, I get back into another game again. I just forget about the other game I was playing. So, whoops. Whoopsie. Like, don't even get me started. Like, when I've already predicted when Final Fantasy Rebirth comes out, just like I'm gonna be back on my BS. You will be lucky if I stream. No, I'm still gonna stream. I'm probably gonna just use my stream to talk about it the whole time. It's gonna be so bad. Maybe alternate per month. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds like the good organized thing to do for good organized people. You would- I know. Okay, look. I don't have a PS5 either. So I've gotten permission to go and sleep at my cousin's house just so I can play on their PS5. I was like, look, I will buy the game. Just let me play it on your system. So, yeah. So yeah, this panel, we're getting near the end of the toning phase for this half of the comic. And I think next art stream is either I'll do the cover art or we'll start sketching again. Not sure what I want to do, but So, some really cool news. If you don't keep up with the Instagram feed, which is fine. But some good news. I got the 6th chapter in the print version finally, and it looks so good. Looks exactly the way I wanted it to, and I'm excited. I'm excited to show it. I scheduled a farmer's market date at the end of this month, so it'll kind of be my first time displaying it and seeing like how people react to it or don't react to it, you know, because like, you know, this isn't a comic book show, so there may be no reaction, which is fine. I'm used to it. But no, I'm really excited. I love how it came out. I have like a special page at the end too, and it came out really nicely. It's like as the author of these characters, I was very pleased, and of course, fangirl of my own work and all that stuff. So it was just like one of those things where, you know, like I said, some of these characters, I had the idea for them since high school. Maybe like the vast majority of the characters in this story are all like characters I made up in high school, with maybe like 1 or 2 being very recent. And I'm trying to think if I came up with any of them in college. I don't think so, because I was kind of stuck on another idea I had in college, and so I wasn't doing anything for this series. But yeah, the vast majority of the characters I came up with in high school, and with like maybe 1 or 2 exceptions. And so it's just funny like seeing them the way I always wanted to see them. Another thing I was worried about in print is what I'm doing right now. I was so worried that this little effect on like Fishy would come out kind of weird. It looks perfect. I was like, I had nothing to worry about, but I was still worried because I've had a couple things that like I wasn't sure how it was gonna come out in print, and they're more like prevalent on the first editions, the larger ones I had, but with the newer ones I haven't had as many issues. But the older ones, there's like stuff that I was like, oh, I need to I need to fix that. So I was kind of worried about this effect, but it came out really nicely. So I think I'm gonna put like just a base filter on top of the window here. I don't know if it's gonna look good or not. Erase. Just kind of do like a multiply or something. So yeah, I hope everyone's been all right. It's been cold. And I guess the funniest part to me is like I kept telling people, because what happened last year is it got like super freezing cold like this, to where, you know, us Southerners, that's why we live here, so we don't have to deal with that. You know, it happened in February, so I was joking with everyone like, yeah, we don't have winter until February around here. But no, it came in January this time, and it's a little too dang cold for this one. Yeah, I live in the South because I'm forced to. I missed the door. I'm sorry. I'm sorry you're here. It's like, for a lot of us, it's like, we don't really like it that much, but we like it not being cold. And, cold's kind of ruining it for us, right? We live here because we hate the cold. What are you doing? But, yeah. So it's been a little frosty. And, not so fun. Because, you know, we gotta worry about our pipes. It's funny because, like, not funny, haha, but like, but it's strange because, you know, a lot of, oh, did I do that on the wrong layer? Yes, I did. Okay, normal. I need that on a new layer, please. Okay, I think we're good. That's what I wanted to do. But yeah, it's like one of those things where, I don't know, our infrastructure, like, pipes are, like, not great anyway, because a lot of people are having to repair their pipes because of tree growth. So it's like, don't even, like, put the frost into that mix, you know? It's like, people are already having to repair their pipes and cut down their trees because the trees are like, no, this is our pipe now. It's like, add that with like very old like wiring and, you know, stuff like that. We just now, you know, give us heat or a flood. We're like, that's nothing. That's flooding. That's Tuesday, you know. Cold. Even though some people out here act like, I guess because of you know, the last kind of like really bad storms we have. Some people around here act like flooding's the end of the world. I'm like, man, like, it's just Tuesday, honestly. It's kind of like that in Louisiana as well. It's just, you know, you'll be going about your business, and then all of a sudden, like, oh, it's raining. Oh, it's raining a lot. Oh, and now it's flooding. It's the same deal. Same difference. You remember Texas had a rough winter and the pipes were just I know. Well, and then that's another thing, because that was the worst when I lived in an apartment complex. You know, people, a lot of times it's people who are in college and no one's ever told them what to do when the weather gets cold, and they're the reason why your apartment block no longer has water, because they didn't know how to properly, like, leave their pipes running or just cut off the water entirely. They, you know, even though we're not gonna cut off our water entirely, because then you're gonna leave the rest of your building without water, so you have to know to leave your pipes running correctly, and they did not, and then everyone else was screwed. Why is this song, like, so much louder? Sorry, I'm gonna lower it a little bit. It's a little loud in my ear. And it's like, so, you know, like, I was doing fine, I think, for a while, like, the second time, and then, like, all of a sudden I have no water because the person on the block next door didn't know how to properly run their pipes. It's just like, okay, alright, cool. So I think that's a much better thing about being in a house, you know, unless somehow, like, your house block is connected to everyone else, but, yeah, you kind of have to only about you doing it correctly. It was so weird, too, because, since last year I was more up north, like northern Texas, well, not northern Texas, but I was in Austin, and so we had that, you know, like, freak snow, and I think the second freak snow that wasn't as bad, we still just had a lot of snow for our area. I remember going out there and it was sunny, and I was like, I understand snow blindness now. I get it. I went back in and got my sunshades because I was taking my dog out to use the bathroom, and I was like, I am actually going blind. Let me go back inside and get my sunshades. My dog was looking at me like, what's wrong? Like, can't we just go out in this? And I'm like, no, dude, I'm going to go blind if I stay out here. Sorry that you have to pee, but I really need my glasses. Yeah, and that, you know, that's just something you don't know if you don't, you know, if you don't live with snow for, you know, most of your life, and that's why you live here. But, like, you know, so it's just so weird, like, hearing people with, like, tons of snow being like, this is nothing. It's just like, yeah, but, you know, that's why I live here. And that's just one of the things you really don't know about until, like, you just have that amount of snow in your backyard. Or in my case at the time, my back porch. Because, yeah, my back porch, I think the wind had blown it onto my porch, so I had, like, a thick, like, at least inch layer of snow on my back porch that year. It was fun, because, like, my dog hated it, but my cousin's dog, loves the snow. He was just like, this ain't right. This ain't... Nothing about this is good and right. I want to add a little shadow, but I don't want it to be too dramatic. Just really subtle shadow. I think was it last year? I can't remember, but I was streaming around the time I think it snowed, because I was doing kind of like the streaming thing at that time, and I kept joking that, like, I rather the heat so much more that it's just like, I'm like, when the summer came and it was like 101, I was like happy. It's like, I'm Mr. Heat Miser. Mr. Sun. Meanwhile, everyone else is like, I miss the cold. I'm like, I don't like the cold, so I'm just like, da 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 da. Oh, you know what? It was probably when I did Renfest training, because like a bunch of the people in my group, they rather the cold, and I am a heat person, and so they'd be like, "Oh, this is miserable. I miss the cold," and I was like, "Da da 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 da." You can't imagine. I mean, I will be honest. This last year, 2023, was probably my least favorite summer. It was kind of relentless on the 100s, because like in the past it would be like you'd have like every other day or every 3 days or so be 100, but it wasn't like constantly like every day is 100+ degrees. And like even for me that was a lot, even with like me knowing what I should do in heat and what I shouldn't do, and like what I should wear and what I shouldn't wear in heat. Like it was a lot even for me. But then I was remembering with another friend of mine when we went to I think it was San Antonio, Japan. We had a room with a AC unit instead of central air and heat, and I think I've gotten a little cushy recently. You know, I used to be used to a window unit rather than central air and heat, and I was like, yeah, we can handle it. Yeah. And it was hot. I was like, I think I'm a little bit used to central air and heat now. It's a very nice thing to have. And like I was kind of like relearning all the things I used to do when I did live in a place with like window units, but it was just weird, like kind of going back to that and then like just constantly being like, woo, it's a little hot in here. Woo. It's just like central air and heat does so much, helps so much. Yeah. I remember like my mom and I, we would have like our ice treats prepared for like throughout the day, like the little ice cube trays for like possibly like a slushie, not like a slushie, it was a snow cone machine. And like, you know, we'd make other little like ice treats to go, you know, to make sure we had throughout the day during the summer. And then like, you know, we'd be upstairs for part of the day in the summer, and then once it got to a certain time we'd have to go downstairs. And then there were just times of the day, it was like the middle of the day, there's literally like we would just literally take 4 o'clock nap during my summers, because like, you know, that's just when it's so hot, it's just really not worth it to do anything outside. I may add some like kind of bubble light effects here, because it's just like thinking. You know, I think also as well, having the family bone hurt when rain or cold is about to come disease has a lot to do with it as well, because if you live in somewhere like warm all the time, the bones don't hurt as much. So that has a bit to do with it as well. Which one do I want to use? This is what toning's all about. Just me going like, which one do I like? Which one looks cool? I think I just want the circles, or like the soft. That's the maybe this one. No, that one's too extra. Maybe just like these. I may end up just using a bar here, like a bubble, and then even though it's just dot dot dot. But I do kind of get how you could get used to cold. You just have to actually, like, I don't know, I feel like the weather has to, like, stay cold for long enough, and then your body starts changing to kind of be like, oh, this is my new normal. And it doesn't get as surprised. Because I feel like when it just changes so drastically, then your body doesn't have time to acclimatize, and then it's like, why is it so cold? But then, like, if you live in it a while and that's, like, kind of your normal, your body's like, oh, okay, this is normal. But then probably if you go back to the hotter climates, you'd be like, why is it so hot? It's crazy, though, because I saw this infographic, and I'm trying to think of the source, because I don't like spreading misinformation. I can't remember now. Of course. I'll still say it, but please look it up. But they were showing this infographic of how, like, how global warmings affect our winter. Which, I mean, I feel like most of us know that now, but, you know, if you have someone in your life who's still a denier, you may want to look it up. But they were saying what it's kind of doing is pulling out the Arctic Circle to where the jet streams are kind of wavy now, and so the wave, like, it's not keeping it in the Arctic, right? And so, like, now our Arctic area is kind of like this wavy line of a wider area, and so that's why more places are experiencing much colder temperatures than they're used to. So I thought that was a pretty cool infographic, kind of showing, like, the jet stream and where it, like, kind of used to keep the cold in, and then, you know, what it's kind of doing now. I know this music. Was this the gallery music? Was this the gallery music in, for the Wii? Or was this something else? But yeah, so yeah, with business stuff, I got the new comic, and so I'm actually gonna try and do a new table setup, which I keep putting it off because I don't want to lug the table. Well, it's been cold, and I don't want to lug the table out there just to, like, figure out my setup. But I will have to do it soon. But I'm hoping to get, like, a new table runner for, like, indoor shows, and then I got a couple new sticker ideas. So I think I did one already, but then there's another one I'm gonna do before I order again. And then I have to see I can't decide what I want to do for keychains, because I have, like, the Earthbound stuff, but I was thinking maybe Kirby stuff would be cute. But a lot of people do Kirby stuff already, so I don't know. I think it would just have to be, like, my faves, right? Because, like, I love Parasol Waddle Dee specifically, and then I like UFO Kirby specifically, so maybe I could do, like, Parasol Waddle Dee and the UFO Kirby, I also love Parasol Kirby though, but I know a lot of people do Parasol Kirby because I've gotten their stuff before. But yeah, it is cool because like the game store that I sometimes bring some of my stuff to, they were like, "Hey, if you have more stickers, if you have like more of the gaming stickers, could you bring them?" I was like, I don't make too many of them, but I'll try and look into it. So that was pretty neat. They were like, "Hey, could you bring more stuff?" And I'm like, "Oh, I'd be glad to if I had more." Like, y'all know I like my comic way too much. I do like doing fan art, but I really have to like be in a mood for a certain piece of thing, or I have to be too obsessed with it, you know? Otherwise it just doesn't look right. Like, if I'm not super into it, it just never looks right to me, and then I'm like, I can't put this out. Probably wouldn't believe the amount of like fan art that's just WIP, like forever WIPs that I have, because I just, like I said, I'll make something and then I'll be like, it just doesn't look right, you know? And some of them took so long. That's like some of my frog pieces too. I did show y'all one of them though. It was like the T one. I have 2 different frog T WIPs, and I'm not like 100% on either of them, and so I've just kept them to myself. And the only one I have actually is the like the keychain, the little keychain design, which I think I love the chamomile one. That's probably like my favorite keychain that I've made. It's so cute. So I had to redraw this because I didn't like how it looked, but now I still don't like how it looks. What do I want to do? What do I want to do here? I think I should make the blade wider on this side. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Live editing. Live editing of the line art. So I did it a slightly different... Yeah, doing it live. Doing a slightly different angle than another panel that I did. The panel right before it cuts away. I did a, like, over-the-head angle. And that's the wrong pen. I did an over-the-head angle, and so since this is more of like a face forward, maybe a little under angle, kind of doesn't make sense that it's flopping over like that, right? Just erase the whole thing. I think what should happen is that it's going to just look like a straight line, but what should happen is that the blade, the end of the blade is here. And then it covers the edge of the hilt on that side. And then... Everything for the clean line art. Anything for the clean line art. And then maybe I'll put some sparkle effect on it. But I think that's... Like, it isn't... it doesn't look particularly, like, cool or anything. I may have to add some, like, effects, but that is the angle that it would be at, right? You know, like, if it's you know, face forward like that, it's not the most, like, coolest angle. Also, his thumb would not be that high. You know, it's not the coolest angle in the world, but, you know, it's something. Okay, yeah. I think that's more correct, though, in my fantasy comic about magical swords. Anyway, it's all about suspending the disbelief, but also being real enough to where, like, it seems plausible, you know? I just remember there's another, there's actually a commission I would like to finish. Whoops, better add that back to the list. I'll do it after this. But yeah, overall, it's been kind of weird. Like, my, well, it's not weird. It's actually pretty normal for January. But yeah, my January's been kind of quiet, so that's why I've been really like, hey, commissions? So I hope you guys don't mind too much, but you know, I need to ask. No crime in asking. But yeah, also, I gotta make some more frogs again, because, like, since I'm gonna be doing the farmer's market, those are usually everyone's favorite, at the farmer's market, the little frog guys and frog pins and stuff, so I was like, oh yeah, I gotta get back on my frogs. I do have the materials, I'm all good there, I am not underprepared. I'm trying to think, what is this from? Why do I know this song so well? It's all Nintendies. Jump to it, jump to the frogs. Next time you better do those frogs on stream. We wanna see it. I think I did do that once, actually. And that went better than I thought, because I thought half the time I'd be like, can you guys see what, where's the camera? No, it was the keychains I did on stream. It wasn't the frogs. It was the keychains. I still think the frogs would be a problem to do on stream because they're so small. And I would have to have a camera that, like, zooms in and stuff for you to properly see anything. No, it's so funny. I'm so close to finishing this one, and I'm like, oh yeah, I can't wait to release it to Webtoons. Like, Webtoons is gonna finally stop being like, hey, why haven't you updated? And it's gonna be so much. And then I realized, I was like, oh wait, yeah, when I do half releases, I still have to do the cover art. And I was like, I haven't even, like, brainstormed what I want to do for the cover art. So I'm really not sure. I'm thinking of something like, Like maybe like something that looks like kind of like roulette a little bit, or at least in terms of like composition. And then it'll have like the villain from this time, so Corin, and it'll have Blake, Kira, and Nick all on the front cover. But I'm just like, all I have in my mind is like roulette style composition, but like I don't know what that means other than like dividing my canvas up into 4, and it's just like, okay, then what? And I just don't really have any ideas past that. There's one of the Final Fantasy people I follow online. They were they were posting like, hey, so like as it gets closer to Final Fantasy Rebirth, like what kind of content would you like to see about it? And the majority of people, I'm like, yeah, that's about right. The majority of people were just like, I don't want to see anything. I don't want to be spoiled. I'm gonna wait till it comes out, and I'm like, yep, that's me too. It's like, I don't want to see or hear anything else. Any new trailer they put out, I'm just like not going to look at it. Okay, let me do the sound effects now. So I'm actually gonna rewrite these because I think these are way too thin. Thicken that up. Oh, this is a fun one. It's a fun sounding track. I'm gonna put this above. And let's see. So we got these kind of lines, and then there's another. Oh, whoops. Another kind of line that I wanted to maybe try. This one's okay. Let's see if I can find the other one that I wanted to try. Because I think it's in the background. Okay, actually. This track. That's me. Get it, Wes. Okay, well, I've already said it before, but kind of as like an official reveal. So this Friday, I will finally be streaming Mother 3 on this channel. And yeah. And so now we can truly find out if it's my favorite game or not. I just gotta double check that my save works correctly, because that's the only thing I wasn't sure about on if it was saving. I was wondering why it took so long to get. Because I'm a scaredy cat, and I wanted to go about it the right way, cough cough, sort of, cough cough. So but yeah. Yup. So that's, so we'll know who that character is soon. Or maybe not so soon, actually, now that I think about it. But he's there. Also, we'll get to meet my my frog family. Truly, where Frog Mena hails from. Okay, this is pretty bumping too. I don't like those lines. Let's just keep them thin. It's fine. Actually, do I want to put the gradation over the tree as well? Yeah, I think it looks better that way. Okay. I want to maybe put some... Let's maybe put some sparkle effects around the blade, too. So we still know that's what that is instead of, like, a piece of paper. Sometimes placement isn't ideal. Can you give me the cool sparkles in a good spot, please? Like on his arm? It's like, no, smiley face. No. Fine, don't give me the good sparkles in the place I want. There we go. The PS1 jungle. Yeah, I actually did that maybe a couple months ago. I did the sort of like Monkey Ball and others kind of list. I love the jungle beats. Once I found out that's what they were called, I was like, oh, okay. And then, like I said, recently I found out about whatever they're calling this Fruitiger Arrow, which is like typically the more like Wii menu style of music. You are now in the Wii menu. Would you like to go to the Weather Channel or Everybody Votes? Did you ever participate in Everybody Votes? 'Cause I sure did, and it was its own brand of entertainment, I will say. I think for most things, I was in the majority. It was like a channel, it was a free channel you could download on the Wii store called Everybody Votes, and like they would put random quizzes like weekly. And I think for the most part, I can maybe like count one or two, maybe like 2 times that I wasn't in the majority. And for the most part I was. So like the few times I wasn't, I'd be like, what do you mean? What do you mean you guys don't do this? Oh, what music is it called for the Wii style? Yeah, it's like Fruitiger Arrow. Like it sounds like a weird type of like tasteless soda. Like that's what it sounds like to me. Oh, you remember that moving too fast? See, yeah, you know, you had to guess what the majority would. Oh, that's why. Okay. Yeah. So the few times I was wrong, thank you for reminding me. That's what actually happened. So yeah, the few times I was wrong, I'd be like, "What do you mean you guys don't do this?" It is I who is not the weird one, it is you. But yeah, there's a lot of these remixes now, Saren, so you know, if you need some like kind of like not too chill background music, but something that goes from like kind of fast paced to chill, it's a perfect mix. Because I do like jungle, but I think sometimes like I need something with less drums. Even though I love drums. I love drums nearly all the time, but there's some days where I don't want as much drum. I need a little break every now. It was like Tumblr Twitter post, but on the yeah. It was a fun time. I think, yeah, because like kind of like Moving Too Fast was saying, because the meta was kind of like to guess what everyone else would guess. But I think half the time I would just put what I wanted. Like, well, obviously everyone agrees with me. You know, back when they still had support for the Wii U, I really liked the little channel, like kind of mini social media they had with like being able to draw pictures in response to posts. One of my friends from college had come over for the summer. And she had drawn like a lot of stuff under like my name as posts, and they were so good. I did a couple as well, but I just always got a good laugh out of them because they were just always completely like equally funny and also horrifying drawings. I remember, I think my most liked one was one for Phoenix Wright, where it was for the DLC case. And there's a part where you have to hand over like evidence to someone, but I think like the scene before it was like the guy had bled all over it, and so I just drew like handing the notebook over with like blood dripping from it. It's just like, here you go. Here's the evidence back. This track sounds like Metroid Prime. Yeah, it does. It does, actually. Honestly, from an atmospheric standpoint, I wish I could get into Metroid Prime, but it's just not my genre. It's just one of those things where I'm like, it's not for me, but I'm happy for you guys. I used to watch my cousin play, because he was really into Metroid Prime, and so, or either Metroid Prime 2, I'm not sure. But he was really good at it. But I swear, like, every time he played it, I'd fall asleep on the sofa. I was like, wow, I know there's things attacking him, and there's just something about this is so calming and nice. I just... So I never knew what, like, was going on, because I'd wake up and be like, oh, he's still playing. I'd watch for a little bit and then fall asleep. If he ever tried to, like, hand the controller to me, though, I'd be like, things are running at me. God, I can't do it. It's just what happens when anyone tries to force me to play any FPS game. I'm like, alright, I'm warning you. You will have to carry me the entire game. I will. It's like, let me tell you something real quick. You really want me to play an FPS? Get ready to carry. Would you like to carry a 2-player game by yourself? Are you that confident in your skills? Because that's what you're gonna have to do. I'm calling it now. calming and nice. Yeah, I don't know, like, I know it's like a bunch of like, you know, alien attacks and you getting chased by bees, alien bees and whatnot, but I don't know. I just really like the tone of the music. And my brain's like, yeah, this is a good place to nap. The bees are attacking, Samus! Do something! Wow, these vibes are really nice. I'm just gonna fall asleep right here. Samus, what are you doing? Okay, I think this sword is like this color, something like that. Space pirates and Metroids aren't nap time. Yeah. It's like the 2D one, you definitely can't do that unless it's like a room with nothing in it. Because I think I tried playing it. Can't remember which console they had it at like a kind of low price, and I was like, you know what, let me try it. And I did okay. I just, once again, it was just something I knew like I'm not very good at, and I didn't desire to get better. The Brio was pretty cool. It was pretty neat vibes. Especially if someone else is playing it. Like, you gotta remember, I've never quite finished a Zelda either. I've left all my Zeldies on red. Sorry, Zelda. That was another one I usually like counted on my cousin to either finish for me or just start a new game, and I'd watch it from the beginning. Sorry. They're good. They're good games. I love the story, and I love everything about them, and I love the lore, but I'm kind of like a video game coward, you know? It takes someone with strength of bravery to play the game for me. Now, if there was a puzzle in it, sometimes I would help. If it were, you know, one of those kind of like very long puzzles. I was like, I think I could get this one. He did figure out a lot of the puzzles too, though. I think he just wanted me to be involved, and so he would just be like, here you go, here's the puzzle. Which is very sweet of him. Meanwhile, I've played Kingdom Hearts. Well, okay, yeah. It's different, though. It's different. There's no open world, really. You're, like, railroaded for most of it. I do get scared at the beginning before I learn the controls really well. Like, I do die a lot in the beginning before, like, my brain starts making the connection that this is guard and this is not guard, and still haven't beaten any of the secret bosses, so... It's like, as much as I wanted to, I just couldn't. I tried, like, changing my loadout. I tried, like, leveling up a little more, but it's just too fast. It's just too fast for me, though. Zelda's railroaded too. It doesn't seem like it. Doesn't feel like it to me. Cause honestly, without the like with Twilight Princess, without the guide, I didn't know where to go next. I really didn't know. Breath of the Wild even worse, because it's very large. Skyward Sword, I will admit Skyward Sword was pretty railroaded. But I forgot. Oh, you know what? I think I got Skyward Sword. I started playing it. But you know, like I'm not as good at it, so I took a long time to get through, like, you know, the first dungeon. And then my cousin comes for like, he came for the summer, for part of the summer, and was like, oh, you have Skyward Sword? Can we play it? And I was like, please do. And so he just started a new file, and just, you know, beat the game within, you know, the week he was there. So, it was more of that thing, because, like, I wanted to play Skyward Sword, and that game is a lot more railroaded. There isn't really much going on in, like, you get freedom of where to go next. But I was just too slow. It's okay, I know what I'm good at. Although I think sometimes with turn-based RPGs, though, I can be a little... I've noticed in my... Like, I feel like I can admit one of my weaknesses now, as much as I love turn-based RPGs. I can be a little pig-headed about, like, how to get things done, because it's like, okay, well, if I've been beating most of my bosses using this way, then why should I change it? And sometimes it takes, like, another friend who's also playing the game to be like, hey, maybe you should just switch these two characters up, or, like, try and build this instead, or do this kind of build instead. And then I'll be like, oh. I kind of feel like that's what happened with Fire Emblem, and why I got stuck and why I was angry. Because I was so kind of, like, stuck on the build I had. And there's, like, probably another thing I have to exploit that I was just like, I didn't want to go and look into it, but oh well. You're terrified of tactical RPGs? No! Yeah, I mean, like, once again, you know, everyone has their strengths. And I love tactical RPGs. Usually, like I said, usually I can outsmart things eventually, but sometimes I have noticed in recent years I tend to be less experimental, and I'm a little pig-headed on how I do things. And so, like I said, if it's been working for, like, half the game and suddenly that changes, I'm like, why didn't it work the way it works? And it's like, why do I keep dying? And, like, take, for example, Final Fantasy Remake. I guess I was a little more experimental, because that's when I decided... I was having so much fun with that game, though. That's why I had decided to kind of, like, turn Barret into a backup medic. Which apparently when I told other people that, they were like, that is a weird move. And I think I got it from like another, like, Twitter poster or something. They were like, they had posted a video of them doing it, and I was like, wait a second, why is Barret a medic? And so, like, just seeing their video and them having Barret as a medic, I was like, okay, let me try this out and see how it goes. And so like I did like weapon changes and stuff to where he could be like a backup medic, and it worked really well for some like particularly annoying bosses. I kind of want this to blend a little bit, so I'm gonna do a multiply layer. That's yeah, it is a really weird move, and I feel like it's gonna be less likely that I do that because there's gonna be more characters in the new one, and so now I'm like, who am I gonna pick? I'm gonna have to choose between all my faves, and I'm gonna actually have to say one of them sucks more than the other. Like, look, I didn't play as so-and-so because they suck. No, it's like, I don't want to do it. It's like, of course I want to play as Barret, and Tifa, and Cloud, and Yuffie, and Vincent, and Sid, and Red. I want to play as all of them. But I'm going to have to decide. See, at least with Final Fantasy 13, I wasn't playing like a challenge run or anything, and I was like, yeah, I have no need for Snow. Snow is now permanently benched. Snow did kind of suck. Yeah, that's the thing though. I'm finding out now because people are now playing like I was watching the guy who does the Final Fantasy videos I watch. He's doing like a 13 challenge run, and apparently Snow is useful if you are severely underleveled. And I'm like, great, that's a neat thing to know about, but also, when would I ever be severely underleveled? It's so weird with 13 because like I say half the game. It's like I kind of break it up into thirds. So like the first third of the game is like you can literally play it like on rails, except for when you fight that boss. And then all of a sudden you actually have to know how to use your paradigms. But once you learn it, it's really cool. But I did spend the whole third of the game just like button mashing. And like getting out just fine. And it wasn't until like that boss that I heard a couple people quit on. It wasn't until that boss that I was like, oh, I actually have to learn these things. Whoops. Better start doing that now. That's also the story as well. It's really like tough to get the story, even with all the cutscenes, because like a lot of the background lore about the world is hidden in the books, and so you have to go and read the books to get the lore. It does. I do agree with you there, and I think that's why I got so much hate, because like once you get past the basics, it's a really fun game. And I like 13.2 even more, but I hated the story. But 13.2 gameplay wise, like that was a game I actually beat and did all the extra content, which I never do. But that's how fun the gameplay was for me with the little monster dudes. Yeah. And then I played Dream Drop Distance after, I think, 10.2. Not 10.2, 13.2. And there were more little guys that I could train up. Just weird little guys helping me fight. Alright, I think I'm done. I just gotta add all the text. I think if I don't take so long on the text, we'll have time for part of another page. You could even get little... I mean, that was the best part. Make sure you drink your water. It's water time. I had a desire to play Dream Drop Distance, I think, probably like last week, and I was like, no. I want to, but it's definitely a commitment. Oh, hi GameCube. I was like, it's a commitment, and I still didn't finish Super Mario RPG, getting myself into Animal Crossing again, and I still didn't finish Baldur's Gate 3. At least it's a short game, since you know what you're doing. I mean... Is it? It didn't seem short back when I played it. Even, like, I feel like now it wouldn't feel like a short... Dream Drop? It's a short game? Okay. Maybe. It's funny because I have the HD version now. But, like, I don't know. I feel like it wouldn't feel the same. Something about it being on the DS. But also, Dream Drop Distance is the reason why my buttons on my DS were broken. Trying to get those combos. Trying to get those wall combos, you know? Dodge. Anyway. Water break is over. Let's add some text, shall we? You know when this screen would come up on my GameCube? It used to scare me. Because I was like, it meant something was wrong with my game usually. You just skipped a lot of the late game enemies and just bought it. Fair. Okay, that's cool. You just kind of like flew through them like, bye. Later. Just like motion flowing through that stuff, like, yeah, I don't need to fight you guys. I think luckily with Dream Drop Distance, this was when, after like we couldn't visit each other as much for the summer, and so, but my cousin that helped me with all these video games had also gotten Dream Drop Distance, and so we were kind of trading notes, and I think I had visited that year, and so when he saw my game, he was like, that's cool, did you want the T-Rex though? And I was like, there's a T-Rex? And he was like, yup. And so like he got the ingredients for me so I could have a T-Rex on my team. But yeah, I remember flying through those bosses sometimes when I was like, okay, I just need this certain thing. It's sad because nowadays the only when I try playing my GameCube, it used to be because of the memory card. There was like a memory card issue why I would get the screen, but now it's because like they're like, your discs are scratched, and I was like, what do you mean? I didn't scratch them, but I think they're just, you know, the reader is they're getting older, and I think don't discs kind of have like a end date a little bit? I think that's why everyone's like worried about their CDs. CDs kind of have like they're not going to be read anymore after a certain time kind of date. Don't quote me on that, but yeah. So it's just like some of my discs, they're like, we just can't read it. And I'm like, wait, what? CD Half-Life, thank you. Yeah. So I think, like, even without me, like, messing with them, they're just slowly getting harder to read. Which, it's kind of sad. Alright, where's my script? There we are. So, let's see if I had an idea of where I wanted to place this text. Okay. I did. Good. That's helpful. I'm glad when I'm helpful. Previous self, thank you. Oh yeah, we're definitely jamming. Actually, now that you say that... Go Wes. Oh, that's it. That's it, no! Oh well. Oh wait, there's more! Go Wes, go! Okay, so... let me just copy paste so I don't have to keep changing the size of the letters. I love this song. I don't care if I don't care if there's it's copyright. We playing this song. So cute. From Katamari. You know, you would think. You think I would... Kind of like Pikmin, since it's also a puzzle game, which I did really enjoy. I really did. You would think I would have played Katamari at some point, but I haven't. Okay. There is more text behind him. Where do I want to put it? There's another Katamari song that's really funky that sometimes I like to listen to. It's not as cute as this one, but it's definitely on like the more funky side of things. But it's another fun one. I made a different one, like a more expressive box here. Kind of mess with it. Lonely rolling star. Let's bold this for fun. Yeah, me too. That's another one where it's like I do kind of just put the OST on sometimes. Lonely Rolling Star. Dance, Wes, do it! Dance to the sun! Alright. Alright, let's see what else do we have. Okay, I don't think there's any more text here. Maybe, like... maybe, like, have some wind passing here on the last two. And then, like, shock. You know? Unless that's too on the nose. I don't know. Or, like, gone. Da, 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 da. Yeah, let's see how it looks. It's like I said, half of toning is just me going, I'm not sure. What do we think about this? God. Shock. Let me put the wind effect in first, and then I'll see what I want to do there. Where's the leaves? I have some, like, cool leaves I can throw in. Or like I said, I think it was, like, one other stream I was like, yeah, just throw some Sakuras in there. It doesn't matter if it's actually a Sakura or not, but... Let me see, I have some leaf ones, but I think they look, to me they look too realistic. Oh, not that one. I think I have used this one before in another episode, but... let's just find a cool effect, and then I'll add the leaves, kind of like I did in another one. Like, it's like, actually... Oh! Actually, I draw leaves now. I do that. No, the wind passing again. There's like a... And maybe have like a ooh, like a ooh sound effect. Ooh, ooh. What is on this layer? Oh, okay, the actual line art. So yeah, I don't want those to mix. we can avoid that. Ooh. Like that. I actually do like that. And then I may just leave this last panel blank. Unless it doesn't seem clear what's going on. Could add like Blake being like, he's gone. I don't know. I don't have it in the script, but sometimes I do have to add a line to kind of give better context. I think I will. I think I'll do like an actual text one. Probably in white with black outline. It's like he's gone. Like that. So you kind of know it's like thoughts. So I think that's how I've been doing thoughts. Or I do it in black, but I kind of have it not in a circle. I have it in a like kind of a light border thing. But I think it will be more effective this way. Let's see. Too heavy. Is it too on the nose? It feels too on the nose, and I think that's why I didn't write it like that. Struggling right now. What do you think? Text or no text? Or just have like what I was originally gonna do, the shock. Shock and awe. It feels a little silly though. Just putting shock. I don't like that either. I actually do like it empty, but I feel like, once again, I may run into a context problem where, like, someone is reading it, and then they're like, I don't know. I'm usually the first person to say, like, have more faith in your audience, but then, like, I have had a couple people, like, at times be like, so is this what happened? And I'm like, yeah. I have to be like, yeah, that's what happened. So I feel like I'm maybe not explaining enough. Moving too fast, what do you think? Are you just coming back in? I'm having trouble deciding on if I should give context to, like, Fitchy disappearing, or if I should put, like, Q text in. I'm ready to move on to the next page, but I'm just really struggling. Like, if this is enough context or not. You think the triple question mark was good? Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's try it. Yeah, let's try it. Maybe put it in like italics or something too. Beep. Yeah, that could work. And put our little effects behind it. Yeah. Maybe put it down here, where the grass, where he was. Or is, once again, is that too on the nose? Like. Ah! I still think it should be a little higher up, like here. And then we'll have the kind of background layer behind it. Yeah. Yeah, agreed. Agreed. Oh my goodness, it's the animal stretching. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for your input. I really appreciate it. Because I was like, I don't know. So, okay, just to kind of back up. So this is the done page for today. Yahoo. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Okay. I have like 20 minutes left, so I can start a panel here. Got this neat try panel. I think is really neat. Obviously. You think I like the word neat? Oh my gosh, I love the animal stretching music. It's so cute. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then stretch out those arms. Alright, everyone, it's stretch break now. Stop dancing, Wes. It's stretching time. Gotta get your stretches in. Very important to our health and well-being. Actually, after I stream, I really have to stretch. It's very important to my health and well-being. Actually, I was wondering, like, people who stream more than 2 hours, do they, like, take breaks, like, every hour, every 2 hours or so, or every 3 hours? Because honestly, I'd be so cramped. They're like, my commercial break is now. I'm going to go stretch. It was like those 3-hour Fire Emblem streams. There were a couple times where I was like, okay, I have to get up for a bit. I'll be back. They just don't get up. Oh, they just get up to get a drink. Oh, okay, well, at least they're hydrating. Yeah, see, if I did any longer than 2 hours, I'd probably have to do that, where it's like, alright, 2 hours, it's knee break time. Get your stretches in. Go take a bathroom break. Let's see, I think I have a lot of open gaps. Oh, nope, it's filling in pretty well. Oh, nope, never mind. It's like, I think normally for his hair, the reason why I don't fill it in is, for the most part, it's open gaps, which is fine. I've been enjoying being able to just kind of go crazy on this hair. Although probably from like a quick cartoon artist standpoint, this is the slowest part, but it's fun. That's another song that's a little bit louder. I don't know why. It's not too bad though. Oh my gosh, I forgot to mention the most important part of my stream. I had Red Baron pizza today. You know, it's cold and sometimes you just don't feel like really cooking a full meal. Once again, I'm not sponsored by Red Baron. I just, you know, I just think their crust stays really crunchy and is not soggy. And they're really good. Anyway. If you find it in your hearts and wallets, Red Baron, please sponsor. Anyway. 10 out of 10 frogs agree that Rain is awesome and so is Red Baron pizza. They should sponsor you. I know, it's been so long, right? You know? You'd think I'd get a legacy card at this rate. You know, Nintendo used to be respectable like that. If you'd been with them and their stuff for long enough, they just gave you like an ambassador card. Now I don't have an ambassador card anymore. So this is kind of like a smaller game that isn't, like, a huge RPG that I feel like anyone could get into. Well, I say anyone, but you actually have to have a working knowledge of Pokemon. But I still play it, and I don't remember all the Pokemon, but, there's this, like, online browser game called, Pokedoku, and like I said, one of my friends and the other mod, he got me into it, and so so that's what I've been playing daily, and I didn't check the one for today because I had a couple things to do today, and it's been really fun. If you have a sort of working knowledge of Pokemon, I'd recommend it. It's been fun. Figuring out how much Pokemon you actually know and how much nicknaming your Pokemon, like I do, ruins your chances at getting a good score. But yeah, it's like Sudoku, but you have to fill in the type and I guess what region they're from based on like how they're setting up the Sudoku squares that day. Like I said, they refresh it every at 12. So it's been really fun. It is all Pokemon. It is literal ice cream, literal keys Pokemon up in there. And so if you're a goof like I was, and instead of keeping your Pokemon the normal name and just calling them a scoop of ice cream, then you will do horribly, but it's okay, because it's kind of fun. Just kind of test your knowledge. Sometimes I do get them right when I don't quite know, and I'm like, yes! I have not completely forgotten everything. Of course, if it's like Gen 1 stuff, I get it, but the problem with like just knowing Gen 1 and Gen 2 stuff is that recently they've like slightly changed some types, or like there's a new evolution that like wasn't there before with an older Pokemon, and so you're like, I thought they were just this type, and then it turns out they're also Steel, and you're like, alright. I only played up to Gen 3 and nicknamed them. Yeah, I nicknamed all my Pokemon, except my legendaries. I just, for some reason, it was like one of my things, like, just, you don't nickname your legendaries, you can nickname everyone else. And, so I know my legendaries pretty well, but then, yeah. Everyone else, I don't know. And then the older ones I know thanks to the Pokemon rap. 4Kids Pokemon rap. But yeah, like, when it comes to, like, types and what types they are, I'm solely going off the knowledge I have from XY and the Alola, because I played all of Sun and Moon and really enjoyed it. So Sun and Moon knowledge, and I did play Sword and Shield, but I didn't like go extra into it like I did Sun and Moon, so I only kind of remember things from that one. And then anything beyond that I don't know. I did remember that the newest like water type was like a duck. So I just put, like, one time it was like duck from the whatever the new region is. Water type from whatever the new region is, and I was just like, duck, whatever duck is, and I got it right. There's another one where it's like, for some reason, like, fairy type comes up quite a bit. So, like, once again, if you just don't know fairy types, you're kind of screwed. And so, I did remember that, like, the whipped cream Pokemon was, a fairy type, but I couldn't remember if it was ice cream or whipped cream, and I was like, you know, that I just, I guess, which one is called? I can't, ice cream, whipped cream? And so I was, like, typing, like, cream, hoping it would, like, give me the Pokemon anyway. The one that's a scoop of vanilla ice cream? Help? I can't remember what the keys are. I think the keys are Steel type, and they gotta be Steel and, like, Psychic, or Steel and Ghost. But I don't remember their name because I was just like, it's keys. I would get Mimikyu right. I was very respectful to Mimikyu. That was one of my favorite, like, newer age Pokemon. You call the keys Boo Boo keys from SpongeBob. That's good. This is a cool track. What is this from? Okay, I don't know that. I actually don't know that game. Alright, let's put some shine in his eyes here. Maybe a little bit more shadows on his face. Maybe put some shade on here for the hair. Woof woof. My dogs are barking. It may or may not come through. I don't know if I've fixed the settings well enough yet to filter out dog barks. And I don't know if I ever will get that precise. That's okay. That's just part of the flavor. You know, the charm and flavor of my streams. You don't hear it? Oh my gosh. Remember when me having the AC on in the background was part of the charm and flavor of my streams? Okay. Oh, okay. I wanted some, like, cool effects here. Okay. I see what previous self was trying to tell self. It's like, do we miss the charm and flavor of air condition? Not really. But we remember it. I am very grateful every day. Every day I have good audio. Super grateful. I kind of wanted something like this. Uh-oh. Clip studio. Oh, okay, we're good. I wanted something like this, and then to like fill in the edges. I think. Let's see how it looks. I may not like how it looks, because that happens. But this kind of looks like what I wanted to do, or at least that's what the sketch looked like. Okay. No, I don't like it. Actually, I may do that for the middle one. I think the middle one needs that more than this panel. Maybe we have something else that's kind of fun I can put in the background. Nothing as, like, heavy. Maybe we could throw those dark particles in. I've been having fun with them. And they looked really nice on the new comic. Alright, I think after this panel I'm gonna have to call it, though. Yeah, that's fun. Like a cool looking effect. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. Great. Actually, let me try this thing out and then I'll call the stream. But yeah, as usual, thanks again for joining my art streams. I love sharing my ideas, and sometimes if I don't know what to do, sharing opinions on what I should do. That's really helpful. Thanks, guys. So yeah, my next stream will be... Oh yeah, that's fun. My next stream will be on Friday, and we will be playing audience participation. Yeah, hopefully I can do more audience participation things. Maybe not like what do I do, but yeah. So Friday will be me playing Mother 3. It's the page we finished today. So I hope you can stop by for that for a little bit, and I'll just have to make sure I got my saves working and stuff. And we'll be good to go. Yeah. So yeah, that's what we did today. So as usual, my links are here, and I usually put my updates on Instagram. My updates on Instagram, so if you'd like to see what is currently happening with me, it's probably on Instagram. I have a bunch of other things too on my link tree. I don't update them as often, but I try to. And that's it. So see you on Friday if you can make it. Thanks so much for joining. All right.